Okay, this is Miss Triangle. This is the 5-1 video. We're starting chapter 5. It's all about triangles, kind of like my name, Triangle, but I'm Triangle. So we're on 5-1 angles of triangles. Sorry, I'm just trying to straighten this out. So put the date and the topic in the top right corner. Set up your lines for your Cornell notes. All right, and then our EQ, or essential question for today. How can we classify, so kind of name and sort, how can we classify triangles by side length and by angle measure? So there'll be two different systems we use. Our first learning target of the chapter, learning target 5A, I can classify triangles, so that's going to be some vocab, and can use the angle sum and exterior angle theorems to solve problems. All right, so my question here is, how do you classify triangles by side lengths? Well, my letters get cut off here. So classifying by sides would be this top row. All right. So classifying by sides, scalene means all three sides are different. So like 5, 4, 3, all three side lengths are different. They would all have different tick marks to show that they're different lengths. Isosceles, you have two congruent sides, at least two congruent sides, so like 5 and 5. And I can tell that these sides are congruent because they both have one tick mark. That means they're congruent. Equilateral, all three sides are equal, like 4, 4, and 4. And again, they all have two tick marks, showing that all three sides are congruent. So scalene, all three sides are different. Isosceles, two sides are the same. Equilateral, all three are the same. You can also classify triangles by angles. So triangles will have like two different names. If you're classifying by angles, okay, acute means you have three acute angles. So all three angles are acute. Like I could have 50 and 70 and 60. A right triangle, you have one right angle, one 90-degree angle. Obtuse, you have one obtuse angle. Remember, that's more than 90. So maybe like 120 degrees or something like that. All right, and then equal angle, you have three congruent angles, and since there's 180, okay, that means each angle is 60. If you divide 180 by 3, 60, 60, 60. All right, so I'm going to zoom out. You can pause the video if you need any more time for any of this. All right, we have some vocab. Again, you don't need to write everything down. Interior angles, you could just draw the picture. Interior would be inside, those red 3 angles. Exterior would be outside, those blue 3 angles. So you extend the lines of your triangle, and it's the exterior angles. Then I would write triangle sum theorem. This might be something you're familiar with. And if it was me, I would just draw this picture and write that little sentence. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180. A triangle always, always, always has 180 degrees. That's what the triangle sum theorem is. So pause the video, write down something. You don't need everything, but you need something for triangle sum and something for interior angles and something for exterior angles. All right, the exterior angle theorem. The measure of an exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent angles. So basically that is saying, let's say that this is 100 and let's just say it's 100 degrees. Okay, that angle 1 is the exterior angle. This is the exterior angle. That is equal to angle B plus angle A, 40 plus 60. I'm just making these numbers up, but you're always going to get that pattern. And it would be the non-adjacent angles, so angle A and angle B. So I would probably write this and write the name if it was me taking notes. Okay, then we have the corollary. A corollary is a theorem you can assume based off of a different theorem, that the acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. The acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. So if angle C is a right angle, since there are 180 degrees, 180 minus 90, there are 90 degrees left. and angles that add up to 90 are complementary. So I don't know what A and B are, but they are complementary. 40 and 50, 60 and 30, something like that. So again, pause the video, write down what you need to. I'm going to start the examples. All right, classify by side length and angle. And I'm not sure if you all can see this, so I'm going to draw it a little bigger. But there is a tick mark right here and a tick mark right here. So because I'm seeing those two tick marks, I know that these two sides, right here and right here, I know these two sides, I'll make them green so it's easier to see. I know that those two sides are congruent. So look back at your notes. Two congruent sides, what do we call that? That is isosceles. Okay. That also means that these two angles are congruent, 55 and 55. Then, using the triangle angle sum theorem, I can add up 55 and 55 is 110. I know every triangle has 180, so that top angle is 70. So looking at these angles, 55, 55, and 70, those are all acute angles, all less than 90. So this triangle is isosceles and acute. So there should be two names, one for the side length, that's isosceles because there's two congruent sides, and it's acute because all three angles are less than 90.